Hello and welcome into another It's Springer video. Today we're going to be talking about Echo Creek and we're going to be talking, is Echo Creek good, bad? Let's jump into it and let's find out. Echo Creek is the newest spawn town in Project Zomboid Build 42. It's very different than any other spawn we've actually seen before. It's not a very large city, it's quite a small neighborhood. It's significantly smaller than every other spawn town and honestly very far away from the others besides Rosewood. But I'm here to say I think Echo Creek is actually a very, very good spawn choice, especially for beginner players. Let's discuss how I am rating this. I'm discussing this based on what a starting character needs. How hard is it to usually get it and the resources available in a short distance? Let's start with the positives of Echo Creek. Echo Creek has a set generator spawn near the music festival, which is obviously a massive gain to any new player. No longer do you search around for generators, you know you always have one as soon as you spawn. There's also ample early game food, which is really good for new players that have trouble finding food. The hamburger stand by itself has days worth of food. Beyond that, the nearby gas station has tons of food as well. Of course, all starting towns have food. We know this, right? But everything in Echo Creek is so dense. It's so traversable without a car that you can actually figure out a lot of early game problems and solve them without having to find a car first and worrying about hot wiring and gas and keys. Now, there is a gas station within about 20 seconds of most of the spawns in Echo Creek because most spawns in Echo Creek are in the trailer park. And even the ones that aren't are very, very close to the nearby gas station. This is extremely rare for a starting town. Almost all starting town gas stations are at least a little bit away from your spawn, and it can be a little difficult to get gas in the beginning. Combined with the low zomboid population, the lowest of any area I know of, to be honest, Echo Creek becomes an amazing early game start, especially for new players, and especially if you are the first player in multiplayer. That is a key thing. If you're starting late in a server, Echo Creek is a much worse choice because it will 100% have already been looted. In addition to that gas station nearby, there's a full whole-scale mechanics shop full of loot, just a short distance from the gas station. You're gonna have all of your mechanics tools, a lot of mechanics books, everything you could probably need to get your character's basic tool setup in 2 stores. Now, something that's really easily forgotten about Echo Creek, just down the road towards Rosewood, there's a massive farm with chickens and other animals. So if you want to do animals in Build 42, day 1, you could have chickens, you could have other animals, pigs, cows, everything, right? So this is a really cool way to get like basically a jump start, a speed run start, you could say, on a new character in Build 42. There's actually also a very large gun store the opposite direction away from Rosewood, and it is a pretty big store. And considering how powerful guns are in Build 42, this is a massive advantage for any new character. Now, of course, not everything is perfect. No spawn is perfect, right? Echo Creek does have negatives. Number 1, it's remarkably small. It is by far the smallest spawn we've ever seen. There are no bookstores, no food stores, no police stations, no fire stations, no hardware stores, no VHS stores. The amount of things Echo Creek is missing is huge. The only thing that relieves this negative and keeps Echo Creek a little more viable is having Irvington and Rosewood so close by. You can drive from Echo Creek to Irvington in about, I don't know, like what, 2-3 minutes if you're like really putting your foot on the gas, you know? So if you do need things, you can just go to Irvington. Rosewood is maybe like a 5-minute drive, 6-minute drive, depending on how good you are. So it's a little bit farther, but much less zombie since Irvington has massive zombie population. So if you're not comfortable with that, if you're a new player, be careful in Irvington. It can be a little rough for you in the beginning. Consider maybe going from Echo Creek to Rosewood instead of Irvington. Even though it's a bit farther, you're going to deal with significantly less zombies. Also, there are a lot of car spawns in Echo Creek compared to a lot of other areas that are that small because the music festival has a sort of on the grass parking lot. Now, there is a chance you don't find a car. There's a chance you can't find a single usable car. If you're planning to spawn in Echo Creek, burglar is a very good occupation because of this problem, where you may not be able to find the cars you need, or they may not have keys, they may not have gas. You might need to use some skills to get a car working. So to really wrap this video up and answer the question in the title, yes, I think Echo Creek is an amazing spawn, especially for every new player in Build 42. One reason I like it is that you can easily get all the basics any character in Project Zomboid Build 42 needs without fighting massive hordes. So that means you get to start everything faster. You get to do the fun parts quicker, right? Which then also gives you the freedom to travel anywhere you want. Go to Mold, go to West Point, go to Rosewood, go to Irvington. You have all the items you need. You have guns, you have weapons. You're going to be great, right? It's isolated, but it's not that far from Irvington and Rosewood. It seems that way, but once you get a car and you're good at driving at a good speed, you're going to find that it's really not that bad. So yeah, If you want to try a slower game style and explore some new areas in Build 42, consider giving Echo Creek a try on your next run. You might actually start liking it as much as I do, and I love Echo Creek. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing. I'm getting very excited for Build 42 lately, actually, so hey, expect a lot more videos coming out. See you next time. Big love. Bring her out.